Hey there, this is Jaxie with the Systems Alliance, and in this video, I want to go over the Microsoft E3 press conference for 2018. So to start off, Microsoft has obviously been playing from behind for a while now to Sony. Sony got out to the big lead mostly because Microsoft botched their entire release of the Xbox One, and even though now Xbox has the Xbox One X, which is the most powerful console on the market, it still hasn't helped them catch up because their old president put more of a focus on an all-entertainment system rather than a gaming system. And in doing so, one, alienated the core fan base by trying to make everyone buy the Kinect in the beginning with a premium $100 price tag, so that obviously didn't go over well. In addition, they stopped investing in games. For instance, a lot of people don't realize that Microsoft was the one who put out Mass Effect. It was not EA, and I am sure if Microsoft had their chance now, they would definitely purchase BioWare instead of letting EA have them down the road. They obviously just were not interested in acquisitions or anything like that, or building their own brands or having their own exclusives, which obviously we know that's why Sony is winning the current console war. But things are starting to change. You know, they have a new president now who's focusing on the games, and things are starting to turn around. Now, in terms of the games that were talked about during their E3 press conference, most of them aren't really coming anytime this year. You know, we're looking at 2019 for most of these, which we're already halfway through 2018 anyway, so that's not a big surprise, and no one really heard about anything much coming anyway. So that's not a huge deal or a deal breaker as far as fans are concerned. Most of us, especially myself, I'm just happy to see the positive direction that they're going. So to start off, the Halo trailer. Started with Halo, which was interesting. It's called Halo Infinite, and I'm not really sure. It seemed like Master Chief at the end, putting Cortana in the back of his head, I think. But we didn't really get much with this. I'm not really sure. You know, it showcased some good graphics, but not everything was completely polished. I don't know if this is supposed to be the next Halo 6. It doesn't seem like it. It seems like it might be an ODST or maybe a Halo Reach. If it's Halo Reach or something to that caliber, that's great. Halo Reach is one of my favorite games, but I'm a little worried that it might be either one, a mobile game, in which case we won't really have anything for that as far as the consoles are concerned, or if they're trying to do something like a Destiny or an Anthem, where it's like a MMO light kind of deal, but also mixed with some story narrative, which the story part has never really done well in any of those type of games yet, so that does make me a little worried. But honestly, we have no idea at this point. It could literally be anything. You know, Halo 5 was not received well. They had issues with the Master Chief Collection, despite how fun it was when it worked. So Halo does have some building up to do. Didn't call it Halo 6, so that's what leads me to believe it's something in between. We'll just have to see where that goes. Let me know your thoughts on that one. Moving on, as far as exclusives go, they also had Crackdown 3. I didn't really care much for the first two, so this one didn't really interest me that much. There seems to be some sort of fan base for the Crackdown series, so I'll let any fans let me know what they think of this trailer. But to me, it didn't seem all that special. But like I said, I just wasn't a fan of the first few games, played them, and just they didn't click for me. But that's just me. Another game they have coming, Metro Exodus, amazing visuals, so definitely looking forward to seeing this game come out. Hopefully the gameplay is just as good as the visuals. That would be incredible. Not really too sure what the game entails, you know, going into the story or anything like that, but it's nice to see that this is an Xbox exclusive. The fact that Microsoft was able to put this out and it has people excited. Me personally, this looks like a game that I'd be interested in getting, but I just need to see a little more of it, and hopefully everything goes well. That kind of brings me to my point. This entire Xbox conference was focused on games. Every other conference had something to do with how can we monetize it? How can we make our stockholders happy? Here's this other new feature, or here's this random thing, or maybe we have nothing at all. But Xbox, it was just game after game after game. They set the record by featuring a number of games. Now, they all weren't exclusive. They had a lot of third-party titles, and a lot of those are timed exclusives, which I'm not really a big fan of. I don't feel like PlayStation should get something while Xbox players have to wait, or Xbox players get something while PlayStation players have to wait. I'm just not a big fan of that personally, but it does show the direction Xbox is going in, and they know that the future is IPs. They know that the future is their own content as opposed to this Xbox war. You know, things in the future, I personally believe there's going to be a lot more streaming and digital stuff, so this is where they need that content, that digital content, those IPs, just like Disney trying to buy Fox type of deal. I think it's the same thing in gaming. So it's great to see Xbox putting the focus back on gaming and away from gimmicks like the Kinect or trying to make it your one-stop entertainment system. Just focus on the games. They already have the most powerful console, so just go forward from that. And that seems to be what they're doing. They seem to have learned their lesson. So then the Gears of War logo pops up and you're like, wow, sweet, another Gears game. Been waiting for another one. Gears of War is one of my favorite series of all time. It's super fun to play. And then a Funko Pop doll comes out with the chainsaw, and I'm just like, where is this going? What is this? It looked pretty silly. Made me laugh when they said boom, but it's a mobile game. That'll be interesting for all the fans out there who just want to play in their phone. Funko Pops are always fun, so that's nice, but not really something I personally care about, and probably not something most gamers care about, since most hardcore gamers don't care about gaming on their phones. But it is nice to get the brand out there, as long as you're not taking away resources from the core games that they're working on. Next up was Gears Tactics, which is basically an RTS, a real-time strategy game, just like a StarCraft. Although this one, because it is on Xbox, does look more like Halo Wars. So Halo Wars was pretty fun. You know, it's nothing great like StarCraft, but at the same time, it doesn't really need to be. That's not what it's going for. And I do know a lot of people who really love Halo Wars. Like, they will buy the next one, and I definitely consider checking out this Gears one. It looks like you can switch between the overhead view and then go right to a specific units view with sniping or whatnot. So that does seem pretty cool. They said they'd have their own Gears spin on it, which I'm sure they will. So who knows? That could be another successful line, just like Halo Wars is for Halo, a Gears Tactics for Gears of War. But once again, I'm still waiting for the actual game, which they ended up dropping. Gears of War 5, they're continuing with what's, in my opinion, the most interesting part of the story mode of Gears 4, which was the whole Kate thing at the end. Spoiler alert, but she's obviously related to Queen Myra and all this other stuff, and that seemed to be what the trailer was based most on. So I'm definitely interested to see where that goes, where that story goes. The graphics, as always, look amazing, and obviously we're probably still in the alpha stage, so I'd like to see, especially a game like Gears, which pushed the boundaries of what the Xbox 360 was able to do, especially early on. I'd definitely like to see what Gears 5 can do graphically, pushing the Xbox One, and who knows, maybe you even get something extra out of the Xbox One X. So I can't wait to see that. Not coming anytime soon, but still always excited for a new Gears game. Definitely. However, the biggest news for me personally, and I know a lot of gamers out there, and if it's not on your radar, what should be one of the biggest pieces of news for you as well as a gamer, should be the fact that Microsoft has purchased 5 studios to produce new content and new IPs for them and new games for them.
We know that exclusive games from our Microsoft studios are what originally turned so many of us into Xbox fans. My team and I take our commitment to you seriously. This is why we're increasing our investment in our existing franchises, and this is why we are amplifying our investment in new worlds. We embarked on a quest to find creative teams. And now I'm proud to introduce the creation of a brand new Microsoft studio, The Initiative. Led by Daryl Gallagher, a visionary storyteller who has worked across some of the most iconic franchises for over 20 years. And next, I'm excited to welcome Undead Labs to Microsoft Studios. It's my distinct pleasure to announce that we have acquired Playground Games. This is one of the highest rated studios of this generation. Not only will Playground Games continue to work on Forza Horizon, they're bringing their open world expertise to an entirely new project. For the 4th new studio, it's my personal honor to welcome Ninja Theory to Microsoft Studios. We've got a fifth studio to announce. Compulsion Games. 2 years ago, we premiered a game we couldn't get out of our heads. So please help me in welcoming all of our new studios. By joining us at Microsoft Studios, these 5 new teams will have the resources, the platform, and creative independence.
That is huge. It shows investment in gaming. This is something that they didn't show before, and this is something that they need to show going forward if they're ever expected to get on par with Sony again. And even though the Xbox One isn't selling terribly, especially compared to previous consoles from all manufacturers, from Microsoft, from Sony, from Nintendo, from Sega, it is very far behind PS4, which is tracking on pace to be the best-selling console of all time. So to get on board with them, you need to have the content. And right now, Sony has kind of been slowly increasing the gap between first-party content between Sony and Microsoft. And I think this is huge. Now that you have 5 major studios, along with the ones that are going to be producing the new Forza, the new Gears of War, the new Halo, they have obviously the new Crackdown, they have Metro Exodus, which I mentioned. But this is huge because it means they take it seriously. They're taking gaming seriously. They're taking the word from the gamer seriously. This has been a huge complaint from a lot of gamers, especially hardcore gamers. If you consider yourself a gamer, but maybe you just don't have a ton of time, maybe what Xbox One has to offer you is enough because you may not have time to play anything else. But if you are a hardcore gamer, maybe you're a streamer, whatever it is, you need more content right now than what the Xbox currently offers. And I think this deal going for the future is exactly what it's going to provide. More content. It will be the only console that many people need to own. They won't have to buy 2 just to get all the games they want to play. So I'm definitely looking forward to the future of Xbox, and let me know what you think. I personally think that out of all the console studios, that Microsoft definitely won E3, if you want to call it that. I would say Nintendo definitely lost. Sony did pretty well, although they don't seem to be playing well with others. But Microsoft definitely was gamer-focused, consumer-focused, and that's what I like to see. So let me know your thoughts about it. Who did you think won? What did you think about the Xbox presentation, the fact that they do have more exclusives coming, or the fact that they bought 5 new studios? Let me know, and we'll see you next time.